George Archer is one of the most famous names in Bay Area golf. 50 years ago this week, the San Mateo native won the green jacket. But Archer lived with a life with a secret that wasn't revealed until after his death. They were teeing him up last fall at Peninsula Country Club in honor of a fallen comrade and champion golfer.
A standing ovation. This gallery truly appreciates what this man has done.
To some, George Archer was the gold standard for the sport in the Bay Area. Even the greatest in the history of local sports made time for Archer.
Growing up as a San Francisco golfer, George was, sort of like, one of those idols that you look forward to knowing and being around.
John Abendroth is the director of the George Archer Foundation for Literacy, a cause that very few realize was so prevalent in Archer's own life.
I was stunned because you never knew.
Archer suffered from dyslexia and was only able to read and write at a third grade level, a massive secret that was revealed by his wife Donna after George's death in 2005.
He continued to try to read his whole life, but with little success.
Archer's path to success in life was severely limited because of the disability, and golf was his saving grace.
It was his only shot at the brass ring, so he devoted himself 100% to it.
Donna Archer met George when she was just 17 years old at a tournament in Sacramento. She was there to watch her father play, and it was a decision that ended up changing her life.
So I said, so cool. Congratulations, George, on winning the Northern California Medal Play. We saw you play last week at Cal Club. Well, I think he was so flabbergasted that anybody had seen him play golf and that knew that he won the tournament. He said, oh, well, thank you very much.
That was the beginning of a life together in golf. George played in 999 professional tournaments, and Donna was there for most of them.
Did you ever get bored, or did you always...
I always had a book.
Archer won 44 times between the PGA and senior tours. His biggest haul, a green jacket in 1969.
I'm amazed they have one my size.
George had been sick all week. That's what most people don't know. He was in bed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I didn't even think he was going to play, never mind win the tournament.
We've had none here today until right then. So just like that, George Archer in recording the first eagle of the day at 15 and the second of the tournament.
And as Archer kept winning, his brand kept growing. Sponsors were knocking on his door, but Archer couldn't answer because of his difficulty reading.
Well, we had a script and we were trying to memorize it through the night. And then by the next day, he was just wiped out. And he finally said to them, here's your script, I'm going to ad lib. And it ended up taking like 33 takes to get the commercial going. It was pretty heartbreaking.
So heartbreaking that Donna became her husband's business confidant.
Before there were, in his heyday of golfing the regular tour, there was or among the peers, there weren't many golf managers or sports managers, so she was the manager. She did everything that a manager would do now.
Archer's daughter, Lynn Deschambrier, wasn't aware of her father's struggles during most of her childhood. And while outsiders saw a happy family, internally, there were some struggles.
He used to say he had a mental block, that he could not learn to read, and pound his fist on the table or throw the book and say, I have a mental block, I can't do it. I said, no problem, I'll teach you. Well, that's the most naive, really silly thing to say you can say. Yeah. I couldn't teach him.
Today, Donna Archer is more enlightened on the topic, which is why she created the George Archer Foundation for Illiteracy, benefiting places like the Armstrong School in Belmont. Elliot Adams is a former Armstrong student and has since graduated to college.
School would have been miserable for me. I wouldn't have been as happy as I am now because I would have been struggling so much, and I don't know what I would have done without Armstrong, really.
Golf was Archer's only shot at the brass ring, but his legacy ensures life's fairways will be much wider for those who struggle with illiteracy. I have a brother who has severe dyslexia, and he became a good reader now as a result of dyslexia diagnosis, but
Yeah.
it wasn't known as a kid when George.
There's a lot of great things. Donna's foundation has raised almost $1 million in 10 years, and there's a lot of great stuff going on. UC San Francisco is doing brain images of kids that can read and those that can't read as well, and they're trying to connect the dots, and a lot of great stuff going on, and there's some fabulous people involved, and Donna's just been the Energizer Bunny with this, and I'm really happy to be involved, and we're doing some great things. So
Yeah, thanks
cool
for
stuff.
throwing your support behind that.
You got it.
That's a
Appreciate it.